I know what it is. Got this ride to Clearwater. Let's get it. Ooh, traffic jam. School's back in. Great. But yeah. What's been going on? It's some people it doesn't bother them. Some people it doesn't bother them that we don't get much out of practice and stuff, and they just started practicing. It bothers me. I want to know. So we get a lot of secondhand intel. It's kind of vague. People just kind of picking apart what's going on in these press conferences from the players. Word is that Orgy's been more consistent and he's been doing his thing, so that's a good thing. And that the offense isn't the defense and the offense are going neck and neck. That's what the word has been. It's been neck and neck. Ugh. I mean, it's been like this, bro, but it's horrible. It's killing me this year for whatever reason. I guess because we coming off a championship and there's so much unknown. Well, the most important position is unknown, so I'm fiending for it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna find out. But Tuttle can't stay healthy, so that's a big thing right there for the Tuttle fans. He can't stay healthy. If he's getting hurt in practice, quarterbacks don't get hit in practice. So that's not a good sign for him. Or if he's got a nagging shoulder injury or whatever from last year or something, it's just not good for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not good for him. Or for the team also, if you want to get behind him and make him the starter, can he stay healthy? Can he be healthy? The best ability is availability. You know what I'm saying? So right now they're saying it's like Orgy and Davis Warren are kind of, because if you're not practicing consistently, you're not gonna get that job. Not at this time. Now you can miss spring, but you can't miss fall camp. You can't miss a lot of fall camp unless you're just head and shoulders better than the other quarterbacks. Michigan stopped giving out information on what the team is about because of the Cold War era. Ohio State and Michigan and Woody started that, but Ohio State gives you all the information. Orgy is going to be fine. If the offensive line close to what we were used to, we will be good. Facts, I can't trust Tuttle's health at all. But yeah, I'm not saying I don't understand what they do with the practice and not giving us information. I just want to know. I just want to know some stuff. I understand it, but I want to know some of this stuff. I want to know. So I get it, but hey, throw me a bone somewhere. But yeah, if the offense is winning against the defense, that lets me know. And this is the thing right here. You can't win against that defense without your offensive line doing its thing. So that's a big thing right there that lets you know the offensive line has to be gelling. I'm thirsty, dog. I'm thirsty for this intel, boy. I'm thirsty. Mainly so I can give it to y'all, but let me not cap. It's for me. I want to know. Let me not cap. I say it's for y'all. It's for me. I want to know. I want to know this stuff. I ain't even got my good water. I got the regular smart water. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thirsty. I need this intel. But yeah, and partly of that is because I watch so many Ohio State stuff. I get a little jealous because they get all this intel, neither here nor there. But as far as that, the offense and the defense going back and forth, that tells you that offensive line is doing its thing somewhat. It's starting to gel. You know what I'm saying? I'm on menaces to sports, and you get all these Ohio State fans. Plus, you get a lot of other fans, but some of them just have this opinion that Michigan's offense is just going to be so horrible. Our defense is going to be on the field all the time. It's like, bro, just stop. You know what I'm saying? It amazes me. It amazes me the disrespect that Sherrone Moore gets. You know what I'm saying? Sherrone Moore is an offensive line guru. You know how they used to, you say Ryan Day's a quarterback guru, or Jim Harbaugh was the quarterback guru, or whatever you want to say. Sherrone Moore is that. He is that. And for those that don't realize this, because, you know, we realize it as Michigan fans, Ohio State fans, they don't realize the way Ohio State stockpiles wide receivers, Michigan stockpiles offensive linemen. And they've been doing it for the last 3-4 years like crazy, getting transfers so that that young talent has time to work on his technique, has time to get the system down, has time to get in the weight room and get his grown man body. They haven't realized it. They won't realize it until they see that offensive line manhandling dudes again. You know what I'm saying? You get a couple transfers to fill the pieces, to fill a void, and then you use the rest of your talent that you've been working on. See how stupid people are about Michigan? That's why they know nothing. Yeah. And that's why I try to watch a lot of Ohio State stuff and stuff to learn them. I want to know about them. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, a lot of these dudes, they talk about Michigan, but they don't watch Michigan's content like that. Or if they do, they don't even listen. They just come in to troll. You know what I'm saying? I want to know about Ohio State. I want to know about these teams. Oregon. I want to know about them so I can have a logical and reasonable opinion about them. You know what I'm saying? It's about the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Michigan and then you don't know. You setting yourself to look stupid. Like there's a guy in there that thinks we're gonna lose to Fresno State. Like, come on, bro. Your defense is gonna be on the field 70% of the time. Well, a good defense, and this is why some people kill me. Yeah, if your defense is on the field consistently a lot, they'll get tired by the fourth quarter. That's just how it goes down. But this is the thing right here. Just because, let's say the offense is whatever, and the defense has to be on the field like a lot. A great defense, just because they have to come on the field, that don't mean they can't get a 3 and out. That don't mean they can't get a 5 and out. Just because the defense come on the field, that don't mean they, okay, we're about to let them go 70. That don't mean that. A great defense says, okay, our offense ain't that. Once they realize that for real, our offense ain't that. Grab your hard hat, fellas. Let's go win this game. Great defenses, of course, they don't want to be on the field, but they embrace it. They embrace that. Like, all right, it's on us. Let's go get it. Another punt. Oh, well, y'all ain't finna eat just because if our offense can't eat, y'all can't eat either. That's how a great defense thinks. Best example, Iowa. You don't see it. Iowa is on the field. Their offense is abysmal, but that defense keeps them almost in every game. You know what I'm saying? And our offense ain't going to be like Iowa's. It ain't going to be bad like that. That's for sure. They say Cade looked horrible in his last little scrimmage. But that's just my point. Like, bro, a great defense packs its hard hat. Whether it's whether it's going good for their offense or if it's going bad for their offense. That great defense packs its hard hat. We finna get to work. And that's what I mean with a hard hat. It don't matter if it's going good for the offense, bad, mediocre. We packing our hard hat. Let's go. Let's get it. You know, so that's what I feel about it, you know. But I think the offense is going to be better than people think. For some reason, people got this idea that we were a passing offense and us losing. You know, they bring up these talking points, and it just bothers me. Oh, you got new coaches. Well, Sherrone Moore was part of the offense last year. He was the offense coordinator, offensive line coach. Kirk Campbell was the quarterback's coach, and he also helped with the offense. So the real turnover was more defensive and head coach. You know what I'm saying? The offense is going to be more kind of the same. And this is the thing about being the head coach. Sherrone Moore's the head coach. If the offense isn't going the way he likes, he's got the ultimate trump card. I'm the head coach. All right, let me turn it back to what we were more of last year. Let me go with what works. That's the beautiful thing about Sherrone Moore being the head coach. We saw him consistently move the ball, get the ball moved when it wasn't going well or when it was in a funk. He found a way to get that offense moving. He's the head coach. If he don't like what what Kirk Campbell is doing on offense, he can, all right, bruh. Let me call some of these plays because you don't got it right now. That's the power of that. What's your confidence level of the week 2 matchup? The week 2 matchup, I'm confident in what you call it. I'm pretty confident, honestly. I'm pretty confident in that matchup against Texas. Mainly because we stopped that run game and they lost their starting running back. You know, they got another back. He's a little bit younger. You know, he's got the pieces, but he's still young. You know what I'm saying? So we stopped that run. It's the same as everything else. And we're going to make Quinn Ewers have to be great. I'm going to have to see that. So the real question is how good and how consistent can the offense be? You know what I'm saying? Because Quinn is going to get his here and there. I'm not sure about how consistent will he be able to throw for 300 with a good percentage, but he's going to get some here or there because Sark is a good play caller. He's a pretty good play caller. Now, he'll go away from the run. He's got a little of that Ryan Day in him. Well, he'll go away from the run too early or even go away from it when it's working. So he's got some of that in him, but he can call those pass plays, but he'll get himself in trouble abandoning the run. But I'm pretty confident, mainly because of the defense. Now, the offense is still going to try to grind you out. They say they're going to be try to be more balanced, but I always take that with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? I always take that with a grain of salt because there's just so much more bad things that can happen when you're passing the ball. You know, that's part of the reason we were so efficient last year and our turnover margin was ridiculous because JJ only had four turnovers all year, but it's not like he was throwing it all over the yards. He was a game manager. And the backs didn't have fumbles. So that takes not turning it over, that changes the whole game plan that gives your opponent, they don't get those extra possessions. You just don't get them. So when they get the ball, they have to do something with it because they're not going to get any extra possessions from you. So they have to be efficient in what they do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing right there. So yeah, they say they want to be 50-50, but well, Kirk Campbell says that. I'm not sure. But the word out of camp is he's opening up the offense a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm not exactly sure what that means. If that means he's going deep more, or if they're in more spread concepts. I'm not sure what that means. Honestly, with Orji, I'd like it, if it's Orji, I'd like it to be a little more spread the field out more, so it's harder to account for him. You know what I'm saying? I would like that if that's what it is. You know, we don't get much. Everything's vague. So I can't tell you what they exactly mean when they say he's opening it up more. You know what I'm saying? When we go with our big linemen, they couldn't stop us. Yeah, nobody could stop that. And this is the thing. And this is what I try to tell people. Oh, well, they'll just put 8 in the box. If they'll just put 8 in the box. That don't mean they gonna stop it. We come in with them big lineups. Teams had 9 in the box, 10 in the box. Guess what? There goes Donovan. There goes Blake. Having all those guys in the box don't guarantee you about to stop a run play. That just means we have your attention. Oh, you got my attention. We got 9, 10 guys in the box. Try to run at us now. Oh boy, they're better than I thought. He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. I thought those 9, 10 guys was gonna stop him, but they're good. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, he's gone. So that's the thing about these 8, 9, 10 guys in the box. That don't guarantee you about to stop somebody. You still have to be, your gap integrity still has to be great. You still have to make those tackles. And the thing about those big sets is teams don't see it much. Teams don't see that. They see that on the goal line. They see that in 4th downs. You know what I'm saying? Michigan will come out sometimes 1st down with all those linemen and tight ends. Like, did they just come out in a goal line, almost a goal line set on 1st down? Like, what? What is this? You know, so teams aren't used to going against that, so they're really not prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? It catches them off guard, and then by the time they understand what they have to do, it's too late. We done burned you already once or twice with it and got touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Saw it with Penn State, #1 rush defense, those big sets. Say goodnight. You know. But this is my real kind of about the defense is the turnovers. Making up for Mikey's turnovers. Mikey had about six interceptions. That's a lot. That's a lot of interceptions. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of interceptions in big time games. Well, I won't even say big time games. Well, before every game is kind of a big game because you really can't lose. But Maryland, we were struggling against Maryland. He had, 2 picks against them? 2 big-time picks when the offense was sputtering. You know, he had the game-sealing interception against Washington to pretty much, all right, it's over for y'all. You know, he had that one. So I'm interested to see. I know Zeke Berry is going to be physical and fast, but who can help us get some of those turnovers? Mikey had 6. I don't need Zeke to get all of them. Hey, Zeke, give me 2. Amir Hall, give me a couple. You know, what's the name? Jaden, I done forgot his name. Jaden Mangum, give me a couple. You know, at safety, you know. I don't need Zeke to get them all, but I need somebody to, get them as a whole. Those turnovers are big time. We need, and that was to me that was the main big thing from last year that switched from even Mike Macdonald or Jesse Minter's first year. The defense was turnover crazy. Like they were getting a nice amount of turnovers with the sacks. You know what I'm saying? So you getting turnovers with sacks. You got yourself a serious defense. Because sometimes you have defenses that gets turnovers, but they're not a good defense really. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll have a good fundamentally sound defense that doesn't really get turnovers, like Ohio State. They were a good statistical defense, but they didn't get that many sacks and turnovers, which hurts you. You need those. You know what I'm saying? So it was beautiful to have a defense that was fundamentally sound, that wasn't going to give up much, but then would also cause sacks and turnovers. So that just made the defense like, man, these dudes are something serious. Like, these dudes are something serious. So that's going to be the real thing, to see how good the defense is at causing, the sacks, causing turnovers. You need those extra possessions for your team. You need them, Whether it was the Penn State game, Rashawn Benny causing a fumble, that's an extra possession. The Maryland game, Mikey getting those interceptions, Kenneth Grant causing the safety or whatever. Extra possessions. Ohio State, Will Johnson's interception, Rod Moore's extra possession, game ender. The Bama game, Quentin Johnson causing the fumble against Jalen Milroe, extra possession. And of course, the Washington game, the national championship, right out of half, Will Johnson, interception, extra possession. Mikey Sainristil, game ender, and also an extra possession. So it's big. It's big. So that's one of my worries for the defense. I know they got the talent to be statistically good, fundamentally sound, lock you down, but can you give me them turnovers? I need them turnovers. I need them touchdowns. I need them deuces being put up. I'm gone. Pick six. Ohio State lost to an interim coach, and they still don't give him his respect. Oh, that was Harbaugh's game plan. Boy, Harbaugh ain't making them big-time calls in the game. He at home. They find any way to not give somebody their respect. You selling trees on the side. Boy, I'm grown. I'm grown as hell, bro. I used to work 2 jobs and, sell bud back in my 20s. In my 20s, I used to do that stuff. I'm grown as hell now, bro. I took all my hustle and put it into jobs. So I might work 2-3 jobs, maximizing the time. Grown stuff. I ain't got time to be selling no bud, selling that gas. Ain't no money in it. Ain't no money in selling gas. Even if you got pounds, you got to have a cubic ton of gas to make some money. Boy, I'm grown as hell. Hey, ain't no money in that. I used to. I ain't judging. If that's what you got to do, I ain't judging. It just ain't no real money in it now. You know what I'm saying? But when I was in my 20s, oh yeah, I used to ride around with my job, and I used to have all types of bud for sale. I was always a hustler. I was always trying to hustle. I took that and put it in the job, put it on the YouTube, hustling the legal way. I'm too old to be even thinking about going to jail. Boy, I ain't trying to go to jail. I'm too old for that. I don't want to go to jail for nothing. Yeah, I ain't trying to go to jail for nothing now. I'm too old to be somewhere where they tell me I can't do something. I like to do what I want when I want. I ain't trying to, But let's get back to business. My B is copped, and it's not Buckeyes. I just like the hat because it was black. But let's get back to this. But I'm interested to see what also we got the backs. The stable is full. The stable is full. You know what I'm saying? With Donovan, people doubting Donovan, they're gonna be sick. They're gonna be sick. They're gonna be sick with Donovan because football is mental. Football is a mental game. It's only about 25% physical. Football is mental. Having your head in the right space and knowing what you got to do and when to do it. Donovan is back. He's back. I got no doubts in Donovan right now because I know his head is right. If your head isn't right, you're not going to be good at football. If you don't know what you have to do on that field, you're not going to be good at football. His head is right. So I know I got no doubts that Donovan's about to go for 1,200, 1,300 as long as the offensive line is cooking. So that's a checkmate. I know Donovan's about to put up numbers. Boom, boom. Got it. As long as he stays, knock on wood, he stays healthy and the offensive line is there, boom, he's about to go for 1,200. I have no doubts. You know what I'm saying? Khalil Mullins, boom, it's my time. I've waited my time. I didn't go nowhere. They put me on offense. They put me on defense. I'm back on offense. Been on offense for a year. It's my time. I've waited behind Blake and Donovan. It's time for me to shine. Boom, boom. Check. That's two. Check, 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 check. I got no doubts in them doors. Now that third back is going to be interesting. Will it be Benjamin Hall, I've also waited my time. I'm hungry. I want them carries. Will it be Jordan Marshall, the young gun? Hey, I came ready. I came ready. Now, I ain't got no faith in Tavier Dunlap. Honestly, I almost wish he would have left or whatever, went pro or something. He been around so long and he ain't done nothing. Now, I will say this. Every offseason, you got the opportunity to get better. Every offseason, you have the opportunity to get better. But I'm not buying into his... I got to see him do something special. I'm not buying into him. So that's just that with Dunlap. Cole Cabana. I've been waiting to see Cole Cabana get on the field since he got here because he's got the speed. He has the speed. So I'm waiting on Cole Cabana. Can he stay healthy? Does he fumble? We don't get to know these things. So is it the injuries holding him back? What is it? Can he be on punt return? What's going on? Can we use that speed? Can you find a way to utilize that speed? Because that's one thing I know is he's fast. When you got a dude that's fast, he needs to be on the field. As long as he's not a fumbler, you need to put that speed on the field. Speed kills. That's on every level. You know what I'm saying? So that's that with them, And the other kid, I don't know much about him. I know people are always asking about him. I haven't heard nothing about him, so I can't really tell you nothing about that. But it's going to be interesting to see who that third back is. Who's hungry and wants those carries and is going to do things right to deserve those carries, Because Michigan's running game, Michigan's scheme is not an easy scheme for backs to learn. It's not. It's a patient running scheme. Hell, you seen Donovan's head wasn't right last year, and he was messing it up with because he wasn't patient. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You can't get antsy. You can't get antsy and have success in Michigan's run game. In Michigan's run scheme, should I say. You can't get antsy and have success. You have to be patient. If you get antsy, you're going just like even Donovan in the championship. He got antsy straight into the line. Now he's so gifted, he bounced off. Oh, there's a huge hole, and I'm running a 4.3. See ya. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have to be patient. You have to be patient and set up the blocks in this run scheme, or you're not going to have success. So that's part of it too. Who's patient enough? I've seen Benjamin Hall have that patience. Does he still have it? Does he still have it? You know, does Cole Cabana have that patience? I don't know. We don't get the intel. We don't get the intel, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like this? Hey, y'all like this bunker mentality? Y'all like it? I don't like it. I want to know. I get it, but I need to know. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's going on in practice. This ain't right. Coming off a national championship, I need to know what's going on. This ain't right, man. But yeah, that's the thing about the run game. You know what I'm saying? So you might see dudes and have your favorite back, and you wonder why he's not getting on the field. A lot of the times that's why. Hell, CJ Stokes. Remember him? I had a lot of hope for CJ Stokes. You know, but he didn't have the patience. You know, that Ohio State game, he was hitting the hole. He wasn't patient, and he was missing holes because he didn't have that patience, you know. I partly put CJ Stokes' downfall at Michigan was the Illinois game when Blake got hurt and Donovan wasn't available. Man, Witherspoon was knocking that boy in the 2023. I think he probably just now getting his head back on straight. Boy, that dude Witherspoon for Illinois was knocking that boy. Woo-wee. That's a football player, boy. That's a player right there. And he do the same for Seattle. That dude is like Woodson in the pros. You want me at corner, you want me at safety, you want me at nickel, it don't matter. I'm here, I came here to cause havoc. It don't matter where you put me, I'm causing havoc. That dude is a doggone monster. Out there knocking out CJ Stokes. I'm talking about just knocking him out. You still in the game? They better not hand you the ball. They better not give you that ball. Oh, they gave it to you. Bow. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at your coach for putting you back in the game. Oh, they gave you another carry. Oh boy, they gave you another one. Oh, and you ran to my side. You ran to my side. Let me say a prayer for what I'm about to do to you, CJ Stokes. Golly, that boy was out there hammering Stokes. Let me say a prayer for what I'm about to do to you. Lord, forgive me. Bow. God, I was like, man. Then look. Look, then when Witherspoon got drafted, it was nothing but that Illinois game. It was nothing but the Michigan game. Showing him knocking out CJ Stokes. I was like, good God. Man. But yeah, so, you know, sometimes, hey, you got to learn that scheme. You know, you have to be patient. If you get antsy and get in the game at running back, it's not gonna end well because the blocks aren't gonna be there for you. You have to let them develop. And Blake was great at this. You know, Blake doing those juke moves behind the line so the blocks have time to develop. You know, Blake was great at that. Blake was just a monster with setting those blocks up behind the line. But yeah, what else we got? I'm hearing the kicker is doing pretty good. You know, he was highly touted. You know, we got the transfer last year from Louisville, so you know, it gave him time to learn. So that's a good thing. You know, the kicking game, especially when you're a running team that wants to grind out the clock, you know, the big thing about that is you just want to get points on the board. You know, when we didn't have good drives, we were always able to get points. You know what I'm saying? All right, we getting 3. It's like Ohio State game. We got points on every drive in the second half. We had 5 drives, and all 5 drives we got points. You know, whether it was a touchdown or a field goal, we're still matriculating, you know, getting points. You know, you don't want to live off the kicking game, but you want to be able to get those points so you're not coming empty-handed on drives. You know what I'm saying? What else? Somebody was asking about the wide receiver 1. Wide receiver 1 is Tyler Morris. Tyler Morris has been around, been in the system. It's his time. And I say that when I say it's his time, when I say that, that's a player that's been around and has played and has waited. He hasn't been asked to do a lot, but now those guys that were in front of him are gone, and it's his time. It's your time. You've waited. Now it's your time. Don't make the most of it. Don't sit behind all these and be, you know, the first guy off the bench, and then when it's your time to start, you know, not make the most of it. Make the most of it. You waited your time. Tyler Morris, Khalil Mullins, Zeke Berry, hell, Jaden McBurrows, Quentin Johnson. It's your time. Derek Moore, it's your time to shine. Let's get it. El Hadi, you waited your time. Now it's time for you to be that leader. Now it's time for you to be great. Make the most of it. Ball out on the field and get that bag. Go get that bag. It's right there. That bag is right there waiting for you on the field. And you could be something that not many people get to be, an NFL player. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of if you stay in the league for a long time or not, you can say, I made it to the NFL, and go get some of that money. Hell, go get some of that money. I'd rather, you know, make some money playing a game than have to be driving to where I'm finna drive. Having to drive, and I gotta go talk to grocery managers. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be doing football, you know, football drills and hitting. You know what I'm saying? But you know, part of this is the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to love to be great at football. And this is just me rambling a little bit, but to be great at football, you have to enjoy just practicing. You have to enjoy just not even having a ball, but just out there getting cones, just having your cones and doing the drills, working on your footwork. To be great at football, to really enjoy and be great at football, you have to enjoy the practice of it. Like, when I started playing football again, like when I was older, you know, when I was younger, I didn't appreciate practice. You know, just being with the boys and just practicing. Practicing wasn't that fun to me when I was younger. But when I had gotten in the real world and then started back playing again, I enjoyed practice. I enjoyed it. Because you don't get better without practicing, without doing the footwork, without, you know, hitting the weight room hard. You'll never be what you want to be if you don't put the work in with those drills, and actually getting the most out of practice. You know what I'm saying? So the culture at Michigan seems to be that most of these guys understand that, and that's why they get the dividends, and you see them get better. You got to take practice serious, and it seems like these guys do. And not only that, it's a team game, so everybody has to take it serious. Nobody can slack off. Ain't no time for you slacking off. And I was glad to hear Tyler Morris saying that, because that's part of what made Michigan what it is now. Not Stallions, but the players taking accountability. The players holding each other accountable. Shout out to Aiden Hutchinson. Shout out to Josh Ross. The players having that accountability. Shout out to Cade McNamara too. Cade, Dax Hill, Brad Hawkins, Vincent Smith, that's his name, I believe that's his name, at corner. You know what I'm saying? All those dudes, to where the team holds itself accountable. Players can't do it. I mean, coaches can't do it alone by themselves. The players have to hold each other accountable. And this is a great example of this. For those of y'all the movie buffs, remember the Titans. Remember the Titans when Gary Bertier pulled the black DN Julian to the side and said, "Man, what are you doing? You hanging me out to dry. You hanging me out to dry. That's not how we do it. This is a team. If you don't do your job, I can't do mine." And he said, "Are you holding your white players? Are you holding your white teammates accountable? This ain't no team. You ain't holding nobody else accountable, Captain." And that's what you have to do. Football is the ultimate team game. So everybody has to hold each other accountable. Your captains, your leaders have to hold everyone else accountable. That's what it's about. And you won't get the dividends from that from a season if you don't have those leaders holding everybody else accountable. So that's why it was beautiful to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That's just some of my football team rah-rah, my team rah-rah type of stuff talk. You know what I'm saying? But what else? What else we got? Let's see. Talk offensive line, cornerbacks. Corner. Let's get it. So, we got Will Johnson. And the fact that we have Will Johnson is a beautiful thing. You know why it's such a beautiful thing? Because you can have him just take away a side of the field. Because Will he's a beast at zone. You know what I'm saying? So you can trust him to just have that side. You know what I'm saying? You can just have that side, whether you're in a deep third or whatever. Will take that side. You know what I'm saying? And then you can shade coverage to have whoever else is on that other side, whether it's Amir Hall or whether it's I forget the other DB's name, or if it's Jair Hill. You know what I'm saying? They're saying it's most likely going to be Jair Hill, but we'll find that out when the season starts, or when we get deeper into camp. We'll have it cemented so we know for sure it is Jair Hill or whoever else. But that's the beautiful thing. You can shade coverage over to their side because you got Will taking away that whole side over there. You can throw him in a zone, and all right, you got that side. And we gonna shade coverage over to whoever it is, Jair Hill, Amir Hall. We're gonna help him out. So that's the beautiful thing about having a Will Johnson, who's good at man and is also good at zone. He's just as good at both of them, really, to me. You know what I'm saying? So that gives you versatility in what you want to do to help out that new starter at the other corner. You know what I'm saying? So you can't pick on that guy over there. You know what I'm saying? We know Will's straight, so you can't pick on this other guy. We're going to give him some help if he needs it. Hey, Jair Hill might not need no help. He like, hey, I'm good, coach. I got him. You know, that would be the best thing, you know, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, so that's the big and beautiful thing. Plus Will being back to 100%. This should be this year should be the best version of Will Johnson that we've gotten. Last year I knew he was dinged up and he didn't have his speed. He couldn't open it up like we know he can. Like he couldn't open it up. You know, so this year with everything he's learned and being healthy, let's hope he stays healthy. Will Johnson ought to be locking dudes down for real this year. He ought to be locking dudes down. Like, you get nothing. You get nothing. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice with that speech. I done started talking about Remember the Titans and, you know, I done lost my voice. But yeah, I don't know if this connection gonna get a little shaky. Probably I'm on this bridge. But yeah, that's the thing about having a Will Johnson, you know, the versatility that you can do with your defense. You know, so we'll find out. Right now, I think everybody thinks that other corner spot is Jair Hills. It probably is. You know, he's highly touted. He's one of those highly touted guys that we got. You know, so that's the thing. What else we got? The safeties, we kind of know what's going on with the safeties. Makari Page, we know he locked in as a starter, but that don't mean he not going to come off the field. So whether it's Wesley Walker, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Wesley Walker or Jaden Mangum starts over Quentin Johnson. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those dudes starts over him. You know, Quentin Johnson has been in the system, but those guys have higher ceilings, I would say. Jaden Mangum is a stud and he's young. You know what I'm saying? He's a good free, you know, center, I like to say. You know what I'm saying? And Wesley Walker, he's just a beast in the slot. Whether, you know, he's coming up, getting on tight ends or receivers in the slot, he's a beast. So that wouldn't surprise me if they start over him. But being the starter at Michigan at safety, that just means you start the game. That don't mean you're going to play the whole game. You know, those guys rotate. Our safeties rotate heavily. So, you know, those four guys, they're going to be in there. You know, Quentin Johnson, Makari, Wesley Walker, Jaden Mangum. Those dudes are going to be rotating heavy. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is with them. Those dudes going to be rotating heavy. Real heavy. You know, so, but that's good. You know, I wasn't down for all this rotation when they first started doing it. I was like, why is this guy on the field? And some of those dudes had growing pains when they would do it. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, seeing how it helps the depth and it keeps guys fresh, hey, I'm with it. I've been with it. You know what I'm saying? You want to have as many guys as you can that you trust. So if somebody gets hurt, it's not a, oh God, it's a, okay. Yeah, he's be that as good as the starter all the way, but he's a trustworthy player that you can count on. And hell, he might make a play. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have a guy get hurt and you're like, oh boy, we got this guy coming in. What's he's gonna give us? He's gonna give us a you get nothing, meaning you get nothing out of him but bad plays. you get the Derek Green, you get nothing. Meaning I'm going to give you nothing. I'm going to give you nothing but lost potential. That's all you're going to get out of me. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much that with the safeties. Linebackers, we kind of touched on that before. I touched on the starting receiver. Okay, the receivers. I touched on Tyler Moore being the number one. Samaj is probably going to be the number two, maybe. And with Samaj, I hope Samaj been on that jug machine. I hope you've been on that jug machine. I ain't forget you letting them passes go through your hands in the Rose Bowl. I forgive, but I don't forget. I ain't forget. I hope Samaj on that jug machine. On my way to KFC. Sometimes I wish I had a job like that. I'm grown, bro. I'm on salary. I'm on salary. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, those little broke black man jokes, you might as well say them for somebody else. You ain't gonna get them over here. I'm on salary. Are you? The question is, are you? Are you? I'm on salary. I got money in the bank. I do kind of what I want to do, bro. Like, come on. Like, come on. Come better than that. You know what I'm saying? But Samaj, I ain't forget you need to be on that jug machine. You got to be on that jug machine, brother. You letting them passes go through your hands. If you want to be that number two, that count on guy, you got to have sure hands. You got to have sure hands. Hey, I'm not watching the chat, but best believe I'll watch it sometimes and catch them you trying to talk sideways. I will address you. I will address you. You know what I'm saying? Let me touch on this because it always bothers me. I don't understand why people come on people's lives and say and try to say demeaning stuff to people like that. It's sick to me. Honestly, it's sick to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. You know, if you're talking about Ohio State, Michigan, you talking trash. But I just don't get why you would come on somebody's live and be like, "Oh, you gotta. I bet you're on the way to a crappy job." Or I don't get that stuff, bro. Like, maybe that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And I have a pretty good job. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get why people do that stuff, bro. You know, like let's say I didn't have a good job, and let's say something was going on with me mentally. You know what I'm saying? You never know what your words can make somebody do. You might say something like that to somebody, and that could be the push to send them over the edge. Like, I'm being real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't. That's just not how I am. So I just don't understand that type of stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a good job. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But you never know. You jump on somebody live and they just on here talking and they see that type of stuff and it can send them over the edge. You get what I'm saying? Not that this is me. I'm just, you know, I just don't get it. Keep it to trash. Talk your trash. I don't got no problem talking trash. You know, that stuff just rubs me weird. Because you never know what the next person is. You get what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But what was I saying? Samaj, you got to hold on to that ball. You want to be that big time receiver, you got to catch the ball. You can't be letting that ball go through your hands. You can't do it. Because these quarterbacks, you have to throw the ball hard. You have to throw the ball hard. It has to be catchable, but if it's pinpoint accuracy, you don't let it. You have to throw it hard so the defense can't make a play on it. That's why quarterbacks throw it so hard most of the time. It's so the defense can't react to it. when you see one of those duck balls, the defense can react to it and make a play. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The defense can make a play on it. So we got Samaj. I'm interested to see Omarion Walker. You know, when Omarion Walker was when he was like a freshman or sophomore. Wait, he was a sophomore last year. When he was a freshman, they used to throw him on the field, to try to be a deep threat. They say he was making plays in practice. So I imagine he's still got some of that in him. So I'm interested to see how he does going deep. You get what I'm saying? I'm interested to see that. Omarion Walker's what, 6'4", fast, quick. Hey, so I'm interested to see him in there. What can you do? We haven't really got to see it at receiver. So I've got a lot of interest to see what can he do. What do you do? What do you do? What's going on? But yeah, I'm at my target for my first location. Go in here and check out some of these displays. Probably talk to the manager or whatever, But that was my thoughts, y'all. Let me go in here. I appreciate y'all joining the car live. These rides are boring without talking to y'all. So I appreciate y'all joining. I'm about to go in here and get to work. So like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.